Hi. Hey, we're back. I don't really remember what I said in the last video, but I want to say one thing. Confirmation bias, bias confirmation. So if you woke up like I woke up this morning, the first thing I said is, when do I short NVIDIA? When do I short the Qs? And then they broke VWAP. I haven't done anything since. We're still short the Qs and we're still short NVIDIA. And that's it. I didn't care about anything else. I missed the snow short. I missed my HE long. Doesn't matter. But right now, we've tried to get stopped out, and they're not letting us out of the short. That's how much the market's going down right now. So the idea here is that we rallied, caught everybody off guard, the recession that never came, right? Then everybody chased. Nobody wanted to believe it was a bull market until 9 months into the bull market. Once they called it a bull market, we tacked on we had another 20 days of upside. That 20 days was then met with the sheep getting in, and that causes the correction of 10%, 282.50 to 257.50 on the Qs. Wham! Did very nicely, right? Then we pivoted on Friday. We followed through on Monday. We had a little pause Tuesday, rallied on Wednesday, right? And everybody was sitting around waiting for the NVIDIA. We all thought it would be a sell-on news event. So you waited, and there was no selling on news. And then you waited, and there was no selling on news. And then you waited some more, and there was no selling on news. But algorithmically, you saw the sellers show up in NVIDIA at 520 and 515. So you took that under advisement. Then you woke up today. Oh, market's up huge. When do I short it? Oh, NVIDIA's still up huge. When do I short it? Oh, breaking the VWAP. Short it. So right now, we are on the cusp of having the biggest day in the history of my website. My trader on a $100,000 account, placing 3 trades with options, Q short, Snow short, NVIDIA short, has now netted, right, let me give you the number. And this could be you, friends. $38,605 today, all by 11:30. On a $100,000 account, 3 trades, 38,605. Now that's the machine. He was asking me about some stock in the morning. I'm like, who gives a shit about what you think? I'm going to tell you what to do. Stop thinking. Oh, I read about the stock. Who gives a shit what you read? You're looking to short NVIDIA, you're looking to short Snow, and you're looking to short the Qs to play the fade. If the fade turns into a reversal, we're going to have the greatest day of our lives. Stop thinking. The only thought process should be, when do I short the Qs? When do I short NVIDIA? And when do I short Snow? Why? Because those 3 things were gapped up. We're in a sell the news type of market still. We already had a 3-day rally. This market was ripe to be sold into today. And then all of that knowledge and all that expectation and all that, I hope this shit happens, none of it would have been put on as a trade unless the VWAP told us to. And if you're trading the VFS, I'm scared of you, man. I mean, it's set up as a nice trade. I saw it too. 1-minute multi-day VWAP reversal. I just don't trade those stocks anymore. I'd rather buy a couple of hundred contracts on the QQQ, crush the world, crush NVIDIA, crush the Snow, and now I'm just having oatmeal, and we're still short the Qs. I can't believe we're still short the Qs. We've been short the Qs since the open. We've never, it hardly ever works this well, because usually one of these spikes gets you out. None of the spikes and none of the little short covering rallies have got back above prior breakdowns. So we're still short the freaking Qs. It's going on 2 hours now. And we're hitting all kinds of targets. We're down to the last 15% of the position. I'm dying to get out. I want out. Right now, my stop is 364.34 and 364.71. Inevitably, I got to get out. I keep lowering my stop, waiting for the spike to get me out, and they just keep going right below it, and then they roll right below it, right, and they roll. I keep staying in the position. But I'm on fire, people. I'm on freaking fire because I've accepted I know nothing. I've accepted that the market does what it wants. I've accepted that the market is rigged. If you see 520 last night on NVIDIA, if you don't believe in the rigging, I 100% believe the market's rigged. I've accepted in my heart, in my stomach, and then I still wait for the confirmation of the rigging, and then I trade. And that's why when people say, well, what do you think is going to happen tomorrow? Who the hell knows? But last night I said, I'm coming in with a negative bias. I'm looking to short everything, but I'm not going to do it unless the charts and the VWAP tell me it's okay to do it. And it certainly did this morning. And here we are. You don't like oatmeal? I got to shave too. But what I know for a fact, right? What I know for a fact is that owning stocks ain't my bag, baby. And if you aren't truly believing in the CNBC absolute ineptitude, and again, it's not what you think of these people. It's not about people. Herb Greenberg, sweet guy, love him. But there was a point where he was so bearish, everything, and he was wrong. And you could have just gone the other way. If Herb Greenberg said to short something, you bought it and you did well. And when CNBC, the cheerleaders of the bull market that they are, and that's all they are, they're all bullish when the market's going up. And then when they get overly bearish, the market's in turmoil. Ooh, that's when you know it's time to start buying stocks. So this time around, what happened? I'm long rig, and I'm loving it. I'm long from 585, 6 1/4, $7, $7.50, $7.80, $7.75, 8 1/4. Here we go. Up to 850. And then Josh Brown shows up. Starts talking about rig. Oh no. And then his friend chimes in. Oh, he likes the rig. And the other guy over there, he likes the rig. Oh, we all like your idea, Josh. You're such a smart guy. And what's the stock done for 3 weeks now? Squadoosh. Now, I know 3 weeks is not long-term investing, but you cannot ignore how well it works going the opposite way of what the crowded trade is. And the crowded trade is exemplified to its peak on the TV. If they're talking about something on the TV, that's as crowded as it can get. You want people writing articles about how rig's going out of business. You want to see articles about how rig is the most overpriced stock on the market right now. You want to see downgrades, because when the stock starts to ignore all that, you know you're in a winning position. You don't want rah, rah, rah. You want rah, rah, rah when it's time to get out. By the way, Q's new lows. You ain't getting me out. But you could buy puts in an IRA or something, right? Right. So counter trend, counterintuitive, that's what the market's all about right now. You all know the cliches, buying the blood. That's what buying the blood's all about. When CNBC starts to run the special, and they call it something, they call it the same thing every time. Market in turmoil. Tonight, we're having a special session. Market in turmoil. Please join us at 9 o'clock. They make it. They bump the reruns of Shark something. What's the name of the show? Shark Attack. Shark Swimming with Sharks. Something Sharks. What the hell's the name of that show? What the hell is the name of that show? Wait a minute. My brain is so fried. Swimming with Sharks? No. Shark Attack? No. convincing the shark? Shark Tank! God damn it, man. My brain is shot. By the way, speaking of being shot, I told you what I was doing this past weekend. I'm actually not recovered yet. I went on a spiritual journey for a good 3 hours. I don't really know where I was. But I tell you, if my neighbor was watching me, I must have been wandering around my backyard for 2 or 3 hours. Probably talking to myself the whole time. Oh, I went on a spiritual journey. Deep spiritual journey. I'm kind of coming out of it right now. Anyway, but all this stuff that I talk about is lessons that I've learned from getting my ass kicked. I'm done getting my ass kicked. I have self-induced ass kickings, like buying 5,000, 6,000 shares of Yell and Tupperware. I asked for it. That's why I'm not trading the VFSs anymore or your Brush, BRSH this morning. Look good. I'm just not doing it. I tend to get my ass kicked on anything else with VWAP trades on earnings reports. I've established that. There's no going back. Q short, NVIDIA short, Snow short. My boy's up 38 grand. We're having a great day. Doesn't matter about anything else right now. And tomorrow, we'll find new ideas or maybe the same ideas like today. Dix. I left you with some Dix long idea, right? Yesterday. Foot Locker. Stocks that get their ass kicked when they make the turn. Usually good for a couple of days, especially if they don't do anything the first day. Dix was not bad yesterday, and you had some follow through today. Foot Locker, beautiful, right out of the gate. Squeeze right up to 18. It was awesome. And that's the whole day. And we're still structured through, right? You're not getting me out of this too short, man. So, anyway, we're still running the deal. You got till Labor Day. $1,000. Seriously. $1,000 for me. September, October, November, December. And if you ask nicely, I'll throw in an extra month. So it's 5 months for $1,000. Dip your toe in. That $1,000 that you thought you were going to make money on with NVIDIA that you blew, you should have given it to me. You should have been in our chat room because you would have known that we're short NVIDIA. And I would have shown you why. And why we're still short the Qs. But we're going to cover right now as it hits one of our targets. Stay on target. Bang, just covered. Hang on a second. Ladies, gentlemen, ladies, 363.42 just got hit. I'm down to 10% now. I got to cover. But people, this is what we were waiting for. You got a 600% gainer. You got a 17,000% gainer if you bought the puts now. And that's a real number, 17,000% on your money. It's a real number. If you came in and said, you know what, Kenny, I believe you. And you bought the if you went and bought the 369 slightly out of the money, right near the open, you paid basically, I think they were, well, nobody really got them at a nickel, but you could have got them at a dime. Sorry, it's only 5,600%. But these trades today are the real reason, the sole reason, the 100% reason that I don't give a shit about the story. I don't care who the CEO is. I don't care who owns it. I don't care what you think. All of that are loser mentalities. You trade price. And what's the number one indicator of price? VWAP. Just a smidgen of knowledge, an inkling, a nugget of knowledge. And that knowledge was you do not buy big gap ups. You look to play the fade. That's the nugget of knowledge. Then the nugget of knowledge is confirmed by the price, action, and the VWAP, and you stick with it. Mormons are here. Hey. Coming in? I'm doing a live show. Good to see you, my friend. Hey, Dad, come on. Come on, hon. Come on, he won't. He won't run. He won't. Come in, buddy. He just likes saying hi to everybody.
Oh, Betty, good girl.
How are you? Good to see you. Yeah, come on in. I'm just doing something live. You hanging out or you going right out? All right, I'll catch you guys on the way back out when you come back. If you don't know what's going on in my house, I have a new roommate. My mother-in-law moved in with us. She had a stroke. Her friends are coming to visit her. Sorry. So back to what we were talking about. You don't have to be a genius. And I'm proving that every day. I did not do well in school. If it wasn't for my dad and my mom, who were both teachers, and I had manuals. I had the teacher's manual. That's how I would study. I had an upper hand. I had crib notes to everything we did. What was it called? Crib notes, right? Not crib notes. Cliff notes. I had cliff notes to my whole life. That's how I survived. I'm not the smartest guy in the world. And I had a good run when I started my career, and I blew my shit up 3 different times to the point where I just pretended I had a career. I was done. And I just resurrected my career from all the beatdowns that I took. And I said, you know what? I'm done thinking. And my mentor, Isaac, who I always reference, he told me you should never come into the market biased, because then your brain, it takes twice as long to adjust to what's actually happening because your brain is so set on what you thought was going to happen. I agree. But what I do now is, let's say I definitely came in with a bias today, there's no doubt. I'm looking to short NVIDIA, and I'm looking to short gapped up stocks on earnings reports, and I'm looking to short the Qs. But it still had to be confirmed. Confirmation bias, or bias confirmation, is the VWAP. And man, a couple of little trades, you're talking about 10, you buy yourself 20 contracts. I only bought 14 contracts. I feel like a loser. I bought 14 contracts at about $1.25. I'm a loser. Making $3,000 on this trade today. This is a $300,000 type of day. It's nice that I'm making something, but it's not about me. It's about my new guy up 38 grand. It's about the room understanding what we're doing. It's about this new website I'm launching over here. It's about that guy over there who's finally figuring out what to do. This is it. This is the happiest I'm ever going to be right to this moment. Do I look happy? Exactly. I look the same as I always do, right? Don't ever get too excited about trading, so you'll never be that depressed. You got to stay somewhere in the middle. And that's true. Never get excited about making money, because then when you lose, it's so freaking depressing. You never get the highs. If the highs get too high, the lows get really low. And take it from me, you should have seen the look on my son's face when he lost $1,000. He was doing all right. He was making 80, 120. He had a 250 day. He had a 375 day. And then he got blown up by Carvana one day, lost about $700. And then he went on a 2-week run again, making $80, 120. At 11 o'clock, he would shut it down no matter where he was. And then one day, he thought Alibaba was going to get rejected at the VWAP, so he shorted it, and he lost $1,000 because the stock ripped up in his face. And by the way, you want to hear depressing? Since he lost that $1,000 in Alibaba, the stock's down 16 points. Hurts. But that's what happens to the typical rookie trader. Small win, small win, small win, small win, small win, ass-raping loss, and you gave it all back. The better you get at this, you'll still do small win, small win, small win, small win, small win, but you'll have small loss, and you'll be able to come back. You don't want to blow yourself up. And that's what happens to most traders. And then, speaking of frustration, the next 3 days, the kid was clueless after he got his ass kicked because he was shaken, not stirred. He was depressed and frustrated and scared. And then suddenly everything I taught him for 6 weeks went out the window. He was clueless because he was just freaked out by getting so beaten by that trade. You can't let that happen. Never let the highs get too high. The lows won't get that low. You understand this is the most unforgiving, frustrating thing we could do with ourselves. You will make mistakes. You have to understand that. It's how you deal with the mistakes, cutting the losses off. All the cliches about trading are real. All the cliches about trading are real. What's the number one saying about losses? Well, there's two of them. Cut your losses short, let your winners run. But more importantly, it's okay to be wrong. Anyone? It's okay to be wrong. Just don't stay wrong. Right? Like if you bought the market today and it starts to roll over, you sell it. Most traders get complacent when they're in a loss, but they're so antsy to get out of the win. Oh my God, I got money. Let me sell it. No one is as patient with their winning trade as they are with their losing trade. Right? Did I just nail it? Right? Everybody's got patience when the trade's going against you. Well, I'll just wait it out. I'll just hang on. No, you're not hanging on. You're not going to be patient with the loss. Rip it off like a Band-Aid. If you had the same patience as you do with your loser as you do with your winner, watch how well you start trading or how much better you'll be. And then you take that and you build from there. And then how do you stay in trades? Don't get out all in one place. Oh, patience, not getting out of all one place. And then next thing you know, you got the VWAP, you're trading price, you're not thinking about too many things, you're not getting frustrated, you're not getting too high off the wins. And then suddenly, 18 months later, look at me. I just made money for 6 weeks in a row. Maybe I can do this. Maybe you can. Doesn't happen overnight. I thought I was a genius for a good 3 or 4 years, and then for 3 or 4 years I was clueless. Now I'm back. Better than before. Pay that man his money. Just like a young man coming in for a quickie. And we're still short the pews right now, man. I'm not getting out. I'm not getting out till I'm forced out. But I did cover a little bit more. Uh-oh. Did I get out of the whole thing? No, I still got 2. Yeah, I thought in video. I am shocked a little bit that it didn't give up the whole day. And it is 12 o'clock. But UVXY elevated, market's weak. I'm not looking to play bounces, but I did notice what you just mentioned on NVIDIA. I thought for sure you were going to get down to 471. We got 3 points away. I'm actually kind of shocked that it didn't at least flirt with going red. Not to say the day's over. We still got 4 hours. And by the way, here's the next trade for tomorrow. Let's say NVIDIA doesn't go red today. It sold off 40 points. We got what we wanted, right? I said, look for a 50-point sell-off. We basically got it. If NVIDIA's gapped up tomorrow and they sucker people in again and it stays strong in the pre-market and everybody's getting excited, if it rolls over tomorrow, it's going to give the rest of it back. And tomorrow, you're looking at 450 lotto plays on NVIDIA. And again, that's if it gaps up and it starts to roll, immediately go buy those out of money puts because it could continue the collapse that I thought was going to continue today. But it is 12 o'clock. You just found some love down there. I thought we were going to see 462 easy. But you're battling out at pre-market, at prior day VWAP. Still, again, if you're short, maybe you're covering your short. I'm not buying NVIDIA. I'm waiting for it to roll over and die. But if you believe, hopefully you believe. Just look at the NVIDIA chart. All right. All right, have fun. Be safe.
Yeah.
See you later.
Take care,
All right.
sweetheart. He did go out the yard and he dirty.
Oh, all right. See ya.
Okay.
There's a phrase you don't hear too often. The woman just said, "Your dog went outside and dirtied." Dirtied. You know what that means, right? That's old school. As my mom would say something like that. He's making. He dirtied in the bathroom. Oh, he certainly did. He dirtied. It's a good one. All right, y'all. You have a, gets out of the car. She's got to get into the car first. But what you just saw might have been a turn on the entire market. Wait a second now. Wait a second. Look at you. You might be onto something finally this time. Let's see. You know, I'm gonna lower the stop to this. I have to get stopped out now. You see that little peak right there? Let's do it. Let's do it. 364.20. Let's put no. Let's give it an extra 15 cents. Bottom of the candle, 6.36433. That's it. And I will call it quits on this short. All right? We're tightening it up to the point where I'd be shocked if they don't get us this time. They have to. They have to. 364 right there. The bottom of that last breakdown, 364.33. That's it. Jan Long. What's up, Jan? Where you been? All right, man, what a day. What a day. What a mother effing day. What movie? Give you one hint. Denzel Washington in a car. Just got shot at. There you go. I just watched that movie on the way home. Yeah, on the way home from Greece. Still great. Still great. Wait, this is it, people. This is it. We might finally get out of the queue short. Ooh, we might. Yeah, I still got 38 cents. I'm not getting out unless it forces me to. And then I'm going to go back. I just I found some really good music. I was listening to some like the late 80s, early 90s alternative, and I let it Spotify go on random. I found some really cool songs. I never even heard of these songs. Do you know Mountain Song of Monsters and Men? Just a happy jolly song. Alexis, ever hear that one? Ever hear of Monsters and Men? Mountain Song. Have you heard Bigger Than Love by the guy who the lead singer to Death Cab for Cutie? Fun song, feel good song. Fire on the Horizon by Stick Figure. This was good for my spiritual journey that night. It's hot now. Yeah, so if anybody was talking to me if anybody actually knows where I was between 8:35 and around 11:15 on Saturday morning, I'd like to know. Because I was somewhere else. I'd like to go back to that spot. It was such a beautiful night. I built a fire in my backyard, hanging out by myself. I went on a spiritual journey, and it was fantastic. All right, that's my time, y'all. You know it, Gary. You know it. And my wife says, "Are you serious? You're a 50-year-old guy. What the hell are you doing?" I was like, "Well, I'm about to do this." My wife thinks I'm nuts. Oh, really? She was emotionally scarred by a cousin who had some real issues with drugs. So she thinks they're all terrible. I'm like, "Honey, I'm not smoking crack in some abandoned warehouse." It's a little different. I'm hanging out in the backyard with my bad self. My wife thinks I'm nuts. Man, they won't let us out of this QQQ short. We're trying. But I was thinking about raving. She's like, "You're going to go to a club as a 50-year-old guy. You're going to be surrounded with kids. You're going to be the old weird dude at the club." And I said, "That's in your mind. In my mind, I'm the cool old guy who's reliving their childhood for the night. Give me a break. I like dancing. I love EDM. I love loud music. I still like to dance. My wife doesn't get it. So I'm going without her." There, I'm that guy. Exactly. You should see me on a cruise. I'm out of my mind. I got a drink. I got a card that gets me all the drinks I want, and there's nowhere else to be. Woo! I love me a cruise. All right, I'll see you guys later. I'll see you guys tonight. Speaking of drinking and all kinds of other debauchery, I'll see you guys tonight. Good Grateful Dead show. I got 2 to choose from tonight. 825-72 out of Berkeley. Pretty sweet show. 825 out of Berkeley, even though it was the 24th. And then you got 824 1980 out of Grand Rapids is a pretty good show. Actually, I like this show better. It depends. Yeah. If you like the Dead, you love them all. All right. Solid Jello time. He's buying the cues. That's right. I hope you're right. I hope I get stopped out. I hope your long trade works here. He just nailed the Nvidia long at 477. He said to buy it. Look at him. He's up 5 points already. This guy knows what he's doing. He's up $1 already on it's 100% gain on its option. Not bad. All right. I'll see you crazy kids later on tonight. What time tonight? That's relative. It's all in your mind. What time tonight? Usually 6 o'clock. I put on the music. The show goes for like two hours usually. I usually stumble in around 8:15. We've been keeping it short and sweet. There really wasn't too many charts to look at, earnings reports. But it's always nice to hang out. Tell 10 friends, kids. Don't forget, only $1,000 right now. Act quickly. You get me, Solid Jello, the Brown Jesus, and all the VWAP you could stand. And if today was your first day, you paid for your subscription 17-fold or 38-fold if you were with the guy that works for me. 38 grand a day. Be dialing, people. Be dialing. All right. Ooh, we almost got stopped out. Did they get us? Holy cow. Are we this good? Oh my God, really? My stop 64.33. We went to 64.32. I'm still in. That's amazing. No joke. I just checked. My stop's at 364.33. We just went to 32. Wow. I mean, one more little spike up. We're going to get out finally. Maybe we'll just stay live until I actually get out of this position. Come on. Let me out. I don't care. I don't care if I cover now. We've already done very, 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 very well. 31, 32, 33. Nothing. Nothing. They still didn't get me. How's that possible? Oh, they got to get me this time. There she went. All right. There it is. Finally. I'm out of the queue short. Now watch him drop 14 points. All right, y'all. Have a great day. I'm going to go wander around the house and try to find my soul. Great day. I'll see you guys tonight. Be careful. Don't overtrade. How was my short on the Qs? It was phenomenal. Why? Thanks for asking. We shorted right out of the gate. Usually by 10:15 we're done. We stayed short the whole time until just now. All right. Well, all right. 100%, baby. Oh, look, I never use emojis. Boom, bang, boom, boom. Ooh. Oh, cool. By the way, you guys like my thumbnails and the titles of my videos now? Please, if you aren't, please do this. Subscribe, hit the like button, share the damn video. I don't know. Tell your friends about it. Get me out of the dungeon. Come on. If the True Trading Group guy with the Yankee hat who's been indicted can get 1,200 people to show up, I got to get at least 400 or 500 people. Come on. All the guy does is talk about nonsense, and then he asks you for money. At least I give you trade ideas. Nice cover on the Qs. Peace in the Middle East. Have a good one.